stay tuned to these videos because we're going to go to local supermarkets with a hidden camera and sort of ask their butcher exactly what is in their meat and see the difference between what happens when we go to Fry's and what happens when we go to Sunflower or Whole Foods. So stay tuned. Genetically modified foods. Currently, there are over 300 companies, organizations, and doctors that have filed a petition with the FDA for just this reason. Now, they wish to require that all genetically modified foods be labeled. This will give consumers the right to know what's in the food that they're eating, because currently 70% of processed foods in American supermarkets now contain genetically engineered ingredients. Now, what is genetically modified foods? Well, basically, these are genetically engineered seeds that were introduced commercially in 1996 and have now begun to dominate the corn, soybean, cotton, and cotton supply in the United States. Now, this is two different kinds of crops. There are the BT crops. Those are engineered to produce toxins, and there is the herbicide tolerant crops. So basically, this is essentially fake food that is made to last longer than perhaps your average tomato or your average apple. So these are seeds that make tomatoes that stay fresh for much longer, and apples that stay fresh for much longer. And this helps increase the profits for the suppliers. Now, when it comes to meat, there's also hormones and antibiotics in those that have been known to cause harm to humans. This is done by the meat manufacturers in order to help the like chicken or the cow in order to gain weight really fast. So this helps increase profits for the meat manufacturer because they're able to grow these animals at a much faster pace. Now, there are tons of hormones that are actually healthy for humans as part of the normal human body. But these, however, are not healthy. These are synthetic steroid hormones and have been found to increase a risk of cancer. And also, there are many antibiotics found in our meat supply. And these have been known to cause sort of a superbacteria. And what this does is, if you were to eat meat that has this superbacteria in it that was able to survive these antibiotics and this meat made you ill, then it would be very difficult for a doctor to be able to heal you or help you because you were able to, because the meat that you were eating from had already been treated with antibiotics. So the normal antibiotics that a doctor's going to have isn't really going to help at all. So these are things that you especially want to avoid. If you're someone like me, I'm currently 4 months pregnant, and so, especially pregnant women who, care about the health of their babies, want to especially be extremely aware of the meat and dairy that they're intaking, as well as, whether or not they're taking in genetically modified foods. Now, if you don't want to eat GMO foods, it's best to go organic. And also, if you would like to avoid the hormones and antibiotics in meats, some of the best places that you could go to, especially here in Arizona, is Sunflower. All the meats there are antibiotic and hormone free. And if you ask them where the meat comes from, they could actually give you the address of the farm that the cow was raised on. So it's really nice and healthy. And then also, more nationally, there's Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. And most of their meat is going to be antibiotic and hormone free. So those are just a few tips to help you avoid meats with hormones and antibiotics in them, and exactly what genetically modified foods are and why they're bad and how you can avoid them. Thank you.